Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and today we'll be going over my exit presentation for my placement in Stafford County Schools at Edward E. Drew Middle School. All right, moving on. All right, so this is me, Mr. Clark. You should all know that by now. So my placement at Edward E. Drew has been insightful. I have had a wonderful cooperating teacher, and I would just like to break down the steps of my exit presentation for you real fast. We are a regular 6th to 8th middle school. I think the only middle school I've ever worked in that was just 6th and 7th might have been Matoka. Uh, we are home of the Rams, and this is all from the National Center of Education Statistics. That is our almost 50-50 gender breakdown of student population. I'll give you a moment if you want to pause, compare, and contrast our two different demographics. The one on the left is for Drew Middle, and the one on the right is for Stafford County. As you can see, some of the numbers line up exactly, some don't, which is why I like to say that Drew Middle School is a good representation for the entire county as a whole. And here are just some examples of the two on the left are going to be just regular worksheet assignments. The two on the right are for 8th grade. They integrate technology. And I also do have some examples of integrated technology as well for my 6th graders. So I'm going to show you that. Electronic assessment used. Here's an example of an assessment. I used this one to take them to a module that they will then use to interact with, learn, and I believe this one is all about the American West and West of expansion. So they have an interactive module. They can go on PBS and use it, interact with it in many ways as they want, manipulate the map, show different filters and screens to get answers. And the links to the Google Doc and to the module are both listed here. When it comes to analyzing data, I analyze data in 4 ways, and it's nice for students and parents as well to know how their data is going to be used and how the information I have is going to be used towards improving the education process. So if you want to pause and read, I have a 4-step program right here, and that is how I go about getting their grade. The next slide will be how do I use that data to improve student learning. So if there's an area in vocab, for example, I need to go on, or if there's an area connected to prior learning that I need to reteach or get the students more familiar with, I know based on the previous assessment what worked, what didn't work for them, and what I need to change. And technology integration is pretty much stock standard for this point. Every class I have taught in has always had some sort of technology integration. Here's an example of an assignment for 6th, 7th, and 8th grade if you're a history teacher. Timeline editor down here is a very fantastic tool that you can use. There's almost no situation where it's not applicable, and I cannot recommend it highly enough. Technology integration in rote activities. So another fine link down here is to the bottom left, Sketchfab. You can find thousands upon thousands of educational models on there for free, or if you do have to pay, it's just a one-time thing, but I've been able to get by just using it for free. This one's of the Lincoln Memorial. I have students go on a virtual tour of it, see what they can tell me about the president, what they can tell me about the memorial itself, about the Civil War, go on, yada, yada, yada. They fill out an assignment on that, and it's much more engaging than just a simple worksheet. Moving on, my reflective practices. Every day I should be practicing self-improvement. This is what reflective pretty much means. I'm human, I make mistakes, and I want my students to know that they're human and they're going to make mistakes as well. But these 3 are the steps that I do to improve my craft of education. Promoting multiculturalism and diversity. That's not something really I have to promote because it's in my classroom automatically. I have students from basically all over the world who speak, I think I have 5 different languages across all my classes. So many students from everywhere that multiculturalism and diversity has never been an issue, and promoting it's never been an issue because my students naturally all come from different walks of life. Conceptual framework. Here's how I will use what I've learned in the College of Ed to be caring, culturally responsive, and a reflective practitioner, which I think we've already discussed. But yeah, these are the 3 tenets that I want to get through every day. Philosophy of teaching. Basically, if you give me effort, I will give you results. That's my philosophy of teaching boiled down. Philosophy of discipline. I operate on a 3-strike system. If you want more information about all of this, the links to the side are where you can get my official typed out explanation of all this. Philosophy of classroom management. I believe in routines, clear and concise expectations, and that the students should always know what they're doing at all times, so that it eliminates any room for Mr. Clark, I don't know what we're doing now, or Mr. Clark, I haven't quite got this down. Philosophy of education. It really ties back into the if you give me effort, I'll give you results. But this is just even more in-depth than the other one I showed you. And my action research, if you missed it on the slide so far, it's all about PKA, prior knowledge activation, and that is what my action research is about. And I will go into why I feel that is important in the paper. But mostly, my philosophy is that no student comes into any learning environment with zero knowledge in their brain, and it is my job as an educator through PKA to get that knowledge out. Reflection on the College of Ed, I feel as though the College of Ed has provided me with theoretical knowledge to be able to teach, but it has been the real life examples of in person, in actually being placed in a middle school that has helped me the most. And thank you for listening to my presentation.